So, out of curiosity, because your book, Haunting Memories, is not available for purchase right now because it's being revamped, which is great. I love the growth aspect, and I think it's something that more people should do, honestly. But do you have any new writing projects in the works? And if so, would you tell us a little bit about them?
Yes, I actually am working on like four separate projects right now. Currently, Forsaken Angel, which is the third book in my Broken Angel series, is being finalized so that I can self-publish it on Amazon. Hopefully, August 2nd is my date. So that's really exciting. But then I'm also starting some new projects. So the reason that I decided to go back into Haunting Memories and like revamp it was because I want to do a sequel to it, which I have never expected to come back to because like I'm totally in the fantasy realm now and Haunting Memories is not. It's like a teen fiction. Um, but I just like had this idea hit me all of a sudden. I was like, what if I went back in with those characters and like did something new? So I'm doing that and that's really fun and exciting. And then I'm also doing some more in the fantasy realm. I have a whole nother series that I'm working on. I have the whole first book written so far for that one. But that one is in the editing phase. And I'm really excited about that one too, because creating a whole new world is just a lot of fun. So like coming up with all the different names and like going online and doing like name generators, trying to figure all that stuff out is really cool. And then I have another book that's like a dark fiction, not quite. I don't know if it's going to be fantasy yet. It isn't yet, but I might add in a magical element, but I'm not too sure about it. But the story itself is, I've never written anything like dark fiction
Mhm.
before, but the idea actually came to me as a dream. And I was like, that's a really cool idea. I think I should write that, which actually happens kind of often for me. And I always just write it down just in case I ever want to come back to it. But yeah, so that's all what I'm working on right now. But it's a lot that I'm excited about all of the projects.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Sometimes I think that I'm the only one that like dream stuff, and then I'm like, oh, I have to write about that.
Yeah,
So it's good to hear that that happens to other people too.
yeah, definitely.
Perfect. And so then I know you mentioned that the third book in the Broken Angel series, that's the one you're working on right now. But could you tell us a little bit about what that series is about so people can get like psyched about the third one coming out?
Yeah, for sure. So my Broken Angel series actually started as a zombie apocalypse book
Hmm.
because I was watching The Walking Dead at the time and I was like really into zombies. And as I was writing it, I had another idea of like, what if there angels and demons lived among us, and what if they were at war? And that was the cause of like this apocalyptic type of event. Um, so I decided that I didn't really care that much about zombies to be writing about them anymore. So I rewrote the book to be about angels and demons, and it's actually come out much better than I had hopes for the zombie book. But yeah, that was like a totally like it was hard to decide to make that change because it
Hmm.
was a lot of work because I had already written almost the entire book being a zombie apocalypse book. Um, but I knew it was the best decision for the series. And just I had like all these ideas where I wanted it to go, who was going to be the love interest, who she's going to end up with, and that totally changed throughout the whole thing. So it's very interesting, like as you write, to see like where everything goes. But yeah, so now it's angels and demons living among us on Earth. They're at war, and it's this the main character. Her name is Andromeda, or I call her Andy in the book for short. And she finds out that she is half angel, so she kind of has to find angels to train her and like decide whether she wants to be a part of the war. Um, yeah, so it's kind of just not so much about the war itself, but just like her journey through it and like figuring out what's going on and like what is good and what is evil and all that stuff. So kind of diving back into deeper topics, but still keeping it light and young adultish.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm just thinking, my mind is just blown by how creative all these things are and how different they are. And I'm thinking, man, do I live in a box? Maybe. Maybe I live in a box.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a lot of fun, like coming up with all these things. Like sometimes my brain just doesn't stop. It just